Natalie here. Today I'm going to show you basically airbrush gun, the basics of cleaning the airbrush gun and how to take care of it so you can use it forever. I've had airbrush guns for a very long time. The same airbrush gun that I started with. As long as you take care of it, it'll last you forever. You might have to replace small little things like tips or needles, but that's nothing. Also, you might know me from the website XZOTIC.com or just as Exotic Ink. I want you to know that I had like 16 YouTube videos online, airbrush basics, techniques, wall murals, and somehow they got deleted. So if you have a little patience, I'm going to upload some bigger and better ones that you guys can learn from. Don't shoot me emails how you're liking these videos, and this way I can keep continuing them and showing you the basics of airbrushing. So let's begin. So what I usually do is I have a small container where I fill 75% of it with airbrush cleaner, Kratex airbrush cleaner, and 25% up with water. Usually I do it for maybe before I go to bed, about 12 hours, maybe 8 hours, but you don't want to do it for days and days or weeks and weeks. So I take the airbrush gun, I loosen the back screw, and I pull the needle back. Whoops, I don't want to drop it. This way it's not sticking out the front of the face. And I stick it in the water like this. Now, I don't want this piece where the hose goes in to be in the water. I want to keep that out of the water. I only want where the paint, the suction, and the front of the face of the gun goes in the water. You don't ever want to soak it where you keep water in here. So let's clean it. Now that my gun has been soaking for, I would say about 12 hours, I have this AIRBRUSH little cleaner. You can get them at tattoo shops. You can buy them online. They're about $1. What you want to do is clog your sink because you're going to drop parts, and it does happen. It's happened to me a million times. So I take this piece off and I put it in a secure spot. Take the back, see, that just happened. Thank God it didn't damage. I take the back screw off too, put it in a safe spot, and I slide my needle out, put that somewhere. And now I run the water, and I take my brush and I clean here, and I go in a circular as I run the water. Ow, it's hot. Ow, ow. And I do the same for the front. Then there's a little brush that you want to push all the way through. Kind of move it back and forth. Same thing here. And also I always clean back here because I have pulled chunks of paint out before in the back of the gun. So you want to go lightly because you don't want to spread this too far apart. Just push it in gently and pull it out. Now, after I have done that, take the needle, the cone, clean it out softly. You don't want to spread this piece. Just gently, with the smallest brush, put it in there. Don't spend too much time on that. I'll show you how to do that. Now that we have cleaned out our brush very well, I usually blow through the gun on all the holes. And when I'm blowing, I like to move the trigger back and forth. I can actually hear if my gun is clogged from cleaning it so much. Then I want to hold it straight up to the light, and you're going to see a tunnel of light going through. When you see that, then you know your airbrush gun is clean. Okay, so basically now you've just come from the sink of cleaning your airbrush gun, and I've been using this same Badger grease, I'm not really sure what you call it, airbrush lubricant, for maybe 3 years now, because it lasts a very long time, so it's worth it to buy. So I stick my finger in the bottle, take a look at that, and then I take my needle and I put it on the back end of the needle. Then I slowly stick it through the back hole, and I move it back and forth. You can move your trigger if you want. Then you stick on this cone. That was the part I was going to tell you before, that I actually push it up a couple times because there is some dry paint in there, but don't push it up very hard. You're going to ruin your tip. Then I stick this piece on. Hands are a little greasy. Just screw it on. Then I put the back screw back on. And then I test my trigger. And there you have it. You have a very clean, ready to go airbrush gun. Also you have the protection, the little cap, which I have to clean out. I didn't do yet. And you could just take your brush for that and gently get some of that paint off. Comes off very easily. And just screw it on. And that's it. That's the basics of how to clean and maintain your airbrush gun. This has to be done every time you use the airbrush gun, or it's going to cake up in there and make things worse. Thank you. Bye guys.